Oh, bacon.
What's up guys, Seabad2110 here, and I'm back with my Gears of War lore video series. This is episode 3. This is going to focus on none other than fan favourite character Clayton Carmine. As I said in the last Carmine video I did, Clayton was going to get a video of his own because he's one of my favourite characters within Gears, and we do know a hell of a lot more about him. So Private Clayton Carmine, also called Grub Killer to his fellow Gears, was the oldest member of the Carmine family and is a very experienced and veteran Gear. Unfortunately though, he is also one of only 2 surviving members of the Carmine family. Similarly to Dom, the war with the Locust was extremely personal to Clayton because of the losses that him and his family had suffered, and he bears a deep personal grudge with every Locust, Lambent or not, and he continued to fight in the last days of the war during the Locust War, the pandemic, with the Lambent, alongside Delta 1, which was also Anthony and Benjamin's squad. Clayton was able to evacuate the sinking of Jacinto City at the end of Gears of War 2 and moved to Vectis with the rest of the COG. During the evacuation of the island in the wake of many Lambent attacks, Clay evacuated Vectis aboard the Sovereign, becoming part of the rapid response force of Gears aboard the ship. 14 months after leaving Vectis, Clay went on a mission with Baird, Cole and Sam to the city of Hanover in order to search for supplies. The team was engaged in many encounters with the Lambent as they went from stranded camp to stranded camp looking to trade. Eventually they ended up at the Cougars Flashball Stadium where Cole had previously played. When the stadium came under fire, he helped to defend it, and they were called by Anya to say that the Sovereign was under attack and that it needed assistance. After they fought through the surviving savage Locusts that were on the bridge, they were right over the Sovereign, which they could see was under attack from a Lambent Leviathan.
Locust, woo! That's one big, ugly motherfucker.
Cole, can you see this shit?
Baby, we got a grandstand view. We're crossing the bridge right above the ship.
Any way you can kill this thing from where you are?
Putting it scientifically, we need to blow his brains out of his ass.
We'll get Baird to come up with an idea.
No problem. I've killed glowy leviathans before, remember? At Vectis Dockyard. Saved your asses.
You killed one, a baby, and you wrecked the harbor doing it. That one's twice the size.
So what's your plan? Nag it to death? Wait a minute. You actually could.
Look, ladies, one way or another, we gotta help Sovereign. Or she's screwed and so are we.
Ah, shit! There go the guns! Anyone got a plan B? Because now will be a good time. Okay, the Grubs must have plenty of ordnance here. You find it, I'll make it go bang.
After this, they were attacked by some tickers, and Baird had a brilliant idea to tell them to find some more so they could drop them onto the Leviathan. They found a crate of tickers, and after killing the Locust guarding it, they pushed it to the side of the bridge and over onto the Leviathan.
No, bombs away! And all that shit. Hey, I thought you'd enjoy the witty irony of grub on glowy violence.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. We're gonna blow up the whole ship, genius.
Jump for it! No point! We're so dead! I suppose you want me to say I've always loved you. But I don't. I really, really don't.
I think you got it, Baird.
Hey, we walked away in one piece. That's what counts, right? Yeah, firing all pistons, baby. Marcus, you okay? Dom, speak to me. Where are y'all?
Look sharp, people. That's not search and rescue.
Come on, we gotta haul ass! We gotta get to this ship before that freak parade does!
They quickly gathered what weapons they could and began making their way through the wreck. They eventually reached the main wreckage and saw the ship was almost completely destroyed. They spotted Dom and Marcus lying unconscious on the ground, and Clayton rushed over to Marcus with Cole, and Sam and Baird went over to Dom. They turned them over and helped them cough up seawater. Shortly after, Marcus found out that his father was still alive, and he ordered Clayton and Sam to head inland and assist with the survivors from the wreck. After assisting with the lifeboats, Clay stayed behind at the crash site with Anya, Sam and Jace to help with the salvage operation, while the rest of Delta headed for Anvil Gate in order to find and retrieve a data disk from Hoffman. After they finished their salvage operation, Anya and Sam took the first wave of gears to Anvil Gate to provide assistance to the defences there. While Jace and Clay followed with a second wave, Clayton regrouped with the others and joined Baird and Cole in a mission to find reinforcements at Halvo Bay. Clayton, Baird and Cole drove to the city of Halvo Bay, hoping to find a ship and join the Grozny fleet, who were gathering with the remaining COG forces to retake Azura.
Hate this stupid city.
What's his problem?
Long story.
Only COG soldiers are this noisy.
Haddock? That sidearm can go back where you found it.
We need some help. And a boat.
Then come with me.
Upon entering Paddock's camp, they discovered that it appeared to be deserted, which caused Paddock to be confused along with the lack of a guard. Clay asked if his people were stranded, but Paddock told him that everyone here had fought for something and there were no stranded. After engaging lambent humans, Paddock told him to move to the nearby emulsion rig and find someone. As they entered the main levels of the rig, they entered a room full of emulsion and ran through the upper levels to get gas masks to avoid the emulsion fumes, as they were toxic. Clay did not like having to go down to the lower level of this room where the things, as he called them, lambent humans, had been emerging from. Paddock remarked that he would have fought the gear with Grub Killer on their armour would have been braver, but Clay responded by saying that those aren't grubs, and Paddock conceded his point. After fighting through a few more formers, they reached the main deck and found a flare to signal for evac. However, the Locust also saw the flare, and Reavers attacked the gears as the ground forces scaled the rig. They continued to fight the Locust forces and more lambent humans until the Raven landed and they were able to board the helicopter.
Our survivors are hauled up and sea horse in.
Not yet. I made a promise to my friends here. Take us down. We're gonna need explosives.
Explosives? Why? That's the boat?
I never said it was in the water.
Can we have your helicopter instead?
No!
After being dropped off, they started heading for a police station where Paddock's people had stashed some explosives. Clay asked what the plan was after getting the boat, and Baird told him that they would head to Azura with whatever COG and Grozny forces could join them. They entered the police station and began gathering the explosives, then fought their way out of the police station and towards the Regency Hotel. When they arrived at the Regency, they began planting charges on the 4 support pillars, one in each corner of the ground floor. Clay, Cole and Paddock covered Baird as he set and primed the charges. They then moved a safe distance away, and after Cole was contacted by Anya and told her that they had transport and they would meet her at Azura, Baird detonated the charges, but it failed to knock down the building and free the ship, and Clayton sarcastically looked at Cole and said that he'd better call Anya back to let him know.
Anya to Cole. Over.
Cole here.
We got the submarine running.
My son. Ha ha. That's bad spirit kind of toy. But you got to see what we found, baby. Whoa!
Cole, please.
Anya, you don't sound right. You got trouble?
We
Zora now.
Hey, it's gonna blow!
We'll rendezvous with you outside the maelstrom. Might take us some time.
Oh yeah, we'll be there with some backup too.
Watch your six, Cole. Anya out.
Oh, come on!
You better call Anya back.
You call her back.
Baird, get out of their war. Start fighting for yourself. This is...
Seconds later, Baird had a new plan and told them to head for the restaurant. When they entered the restaurant level of the building began shaking and Clay was worried about its stability. Baird ordered Clay and the others to locate the kitchen gas lines and activate them. Clayton and the other gears were able to defeat the attacking Locust and activate these gas lines. Baird then revealed his plan was to use a grenade to set off the gas and bring the building down while they escaped using hooks to slide down the gondola line.
Do you have any idea what you're doing?
No, not really. All right, come on. Come on. Come on, let's go.
This is the plan?
All right, save it, Paddock. Let's go.
Perfect.
Oh, there we go.
Hey guys, I got your back! The cavalry has arrived!
Clayton joined in the assault to retake Azura with a combined COG and Grozny force. Clayton was part of the force that attacked the island after the Maelstrom device was shut down, providing air support for the other gears from the King Raven. When Marcus, Anya, Cole, Baird and Adam arrived at the top of Pinnacle Tower to activate the device that would kill all the Lambent and Locust, Clayton arrived aboard his Raven and contacted them saying he would provide air support for them, saying that the cavalry was here. He cut down several Lambent creatures and palace guards that were attempting to stop them, but then Queen Myra arrived aboard her Tempest.
No! I will not allow this! Stop!
Eat dirt and die, motherfucker! Take that, you bitch! Oh, shit! We're on fire! We're on fire!
Carmine! Everyone, take that bitch down!
Clayton survived the crash, the emulsion countermeasure device was activated and Mira was killed. Clayton joined Sam, Jace, Dizzy and dozens of other gears in greeting the rest of Delta after they descended from the tower and talked with several other gears. He and the others looked out towards Max and Anya, all wondering what would happen next. And that's how Gears of War 3 ends as well. So Clayton, as he's a big fan favourite character and just looking at him, he's badass. He did leave behind quite a legacy, and Clayton was extremely intimidating compared to his younger brothers Anthony and Benjamin, with his numerous tattoos, muscular build and a deep bloodlust. Clayton was grim at times and as such was described as a glass half empty by a fellow gear Sam. Clayton replied immediately by saying, "Yeah, buy me a beer and I'll show you." However, Clayton did care deeply for his brothers, as was clearly shown by the memorial tattoo that he has on his arm of both of them, with RIP written underneath each. Clayton was very customised in his look and his armour, to say the very least. He carried a tattoo of his two late brothers on his arm. On his right arm, there was a Lancer Mark II assault rifle underneath as well, which you can just see the chainsaw and muzzle sticking out underneath his glove, with the words "Born to Saw" underneath it. And on his left arm he has a tattoo of an ammo belt. On the front of his armour has the words "Grub Killer" in the middle, and then he has "Keep your head down, practice reloading" and "Destroy Locust" written above the circular areas on his chest. And on the back of his armour it has "Kill" down his left shoulder and "Grubs" down his right on the back of his armour. And the reason as to why Clayton wears his standard COG helmet is because he hates getting hit in the face with tiny splinters of blood when he saws through Locust with a chainsaw bayonet on the Lancer. Which when I read that at first and found that out, I did find that to be quite funny. And Clayton also loves bacon, which was shown by his murmuring of bacon to pigs when he stood looking at them on Vectus, and his primary concern about finding some during the mission to Hanover, which is the cutscene that I put at the start of this video. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching this lore series. I absolutely love doing it because I get to find out so much more about the events of Gears and the characters, and I've read all of the books anyway, so there's a lot of information within those. Speaking of information, all the stuff from this video came from the Gears of War book, Anvil Gate, and Jacinto's Remnant, and also from the Gears wiki as well. So like I said, thank you guys so much for watching, comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next lore video.